everyone, I am HYGEA BATION and I am third year student of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Values Education. So the topic I chose that I learned most in this subject is the performance assessment. So I will discuss about performance assessment. So what is performance assessment? Performance assessment, also known as alternative or authentic assessment. So it is a form of testing that requires students to form a task rather than select an answer from a ready-made list. So this assessment measures how well students apply their knowledge, skills, and abilities to authentic problems. So some students of this will perform or will exert effort of their performance. Then the key feature is that it requires the student to produce something. So there's a product such as a report, experiment, or performance which is scored against specific criteria. So the teacher here will provide a certain criteria like the analytic or the holistic one to be the base of their performance or the base or in their rating. So how important or why should we implement the performance assessment? So why do we need to try it? So it is because they require students to actively demonstrate what they know. Performance assessment may be a more valid indicator of students' knowledge and abilities. So in the performance assessment, the teacher can evaluate the students how long or how wide their knowledge about the topic. So there is a big difference between answering multiple choice questions on how to make an oral presentation and actually making an oral presentation. So there is really a big difference of if the student will just only answer multiple choice or just matching type rather than oral presentations or performance actions. So because if you will just answering multiple choice, there's a possibility that the student will just guess their answer. If they will perform the reports or if they will have the performance, so the teacher can evaluate if the students can really learn or not. So more important, performance assessment can provide impetus for improving instruction. So teacher can also be flexible in this. He or she can change the instruction according to their students, according to the needs of the students, and increase students' understanding on what they need to know and able to do. So for example is having a performance assessment, the students can collaborate with their groups, or if you will have your student to have a group activity, so in that case the students will collaborate to his or her classmates or not. So in preparing their students to work on a performance task, teachers describe what the task entails and the standards that will be used to evaluate performance. So as what I have said, the teachers will provide some criteria to be the basis of the teacher on how they will rate the performance of the students, and you can evaluate the performance. And also this requires a careful description of the elements of good performance and allows students to judge their own work as they proceed. So careful description, because in every actions or in every performance level of the students, the teachers can judge if it is good or not, or if it is needs more improvement, or if it is excellence already. So that's the performance assessment. So these positive features of performance assessment come at a price. So it is very how this performance assessment costs. So it comes from a price. So performance assessment requires a greater expense of time planning and thought from students and teachers. So this really needs time, no? The students will really exert effort. Like for example, the teacher will make you will let you role play the harana. So it is a group activity. So the students will find their time to share their ideas, to plan. So it really needs time and effort of the students as well as in the teachers, because they will provide the criteria that will be the basis of their judging. So when teacher reports, we can just march more though through the curriculum anymore. So nowadays, we will not be able to depend in a curriculum anymore. So it is hard, and I spend more time planning and more coaching. So today, the teachers spend more time in planning and more time in coaching so that the implementation of the activity of the assessment will be successful and comprehensive. So at first, the students just wanted to be told and what to do. So the teacher should help them to start thinking. So before, the students will just wait for what the teacher will be told to them. So if the teacher said that answer pages 1 to 5, so the students will directly answer. But it is not, the learning will not just stop in there, but the teacher should be flexible enough to exert their time or to help their student in thinking. So they should be planning. There should be have a planning to like you demonstrate how to cook jam. So in that way, the teacher will and the students will demonstrate or will perform on how to make the jam. So users also need to pay close attention on the technical and equity issues to ensure that the assessments are fair to all students. So the activity that the teacher should be implemented will it should be fair, that will cater to all the students. So this is all be more important as there had been very little research and development on performance assessment. So in the environment of a high-stakes accountability system, where administrative and resource decisions are effective by measures to student performance. So there are research that says that performance assessment is very good in assessing the knowledge, the skills of the students. So I have here some examples of performance assessments. So first is the dramatic performance. So this is one kind of collaborative activities of the student, or group activities of the student. So that can be used as performance-based assessment. So it is performance-based because the student will dramatize or will perform the specific topic to the teacher or in front of the class. So students can create, perform, or provide a critical response. So the creativity of the students will be tested, the talent in performing will be demonstrate, and they also can provide a critical response. So examples of the dramatic performances include dance, recital, dramatic enactment, or the role playing. So there may be prose or poetry interpretation. So the creativity will be developed in this activity. So this form of performance-based assessment can take time. So there must be a clear pacing guide. So the teacher should also provide criteria, as what I have said, because it really takes time, because the students will plan, will think of the costume, the audio, the person who will edit the video, or the characters who will act the specific character. So it really needs the time of the student and the effort of the student. So there should be an organized criteria that the student must be followed.